Hello, friends from Arttour International Magazine. We are at the Vivid Arts Network booth with our dear friend and artist, sculptor Cheri Mittermaier. How are you doing, Cheri?
I'm fine, thank you.
And I would like to have a chance to let you speak to our public, to our audience, and speak about yourself a little bit about your work, about your inspiration, yourself as an artist.
Well, in 4 years, I studied under 27 different artists, and I don't have a formal education in art. I did spend a little bit of time in college studying fine art, but I didn't stick with it. I only spent a year, and I switched my major to psychology. And then after 2 divorces, I came back to art and reinvented myself. So that's where I am today.
And we're happy. We're happy that you're here today and that you're creating, because you inspire a lot of us. And one of the things that a lot of people, we've got so much feedback, but one of the things that really touches the public about your work is that your sculptures have this impressionistic touch to them, right?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I was trying to do impressionistic art in sculpture, which I don't think you see very often. People usually tend to smooth everything out and make everything perfect, and my stuff is all lumpy and bumpy, and I was doing that on purpose. I was trying to create hands that you could identify it as a hand, but it didn't take a lot of effort to make it. It didn't take a lot of strokes. It actually took me a long time to make that sculpture, but I wanted the look of not a lot of effort, even though there was a lot of effort in it. So,
okay. Cheri, and among the pieces that we are exhibiting on this exhibition, there is one that has gotten a lot of attention, and it's Trophy Wife. And I want to share it. We're going to be showing it on camera, and I want you to tell our audience about it.
Well, Trophy Wife came from a dream that I had about a sculpture with the face of a woman and the neck of a horse. And I had this dream that I was walking through a gallery, and there were all these white walls, and then I came across this sculpture. And in my dream, the sculpture was really, really pretty, not like what it came out as, but it was much prettier in my dream, which is an interesting thing, because a friend of mine told me that your abilities are, your ideas are a year ahead of your abilities. So this is a prime example of where that might have happened. But so I woke up and I went to a workshop with Brian Somerville. And I told him that I had this dream about this sculpture, and he said, was it sitting down? Was it floating? How was it? And I said it was floating. He said, well, then it's a wall piece. And then it was his idea to have it come off the wall like a trophy. And then I said, oh my gosh, it's Trophy Wife. And then we started laughing really hard, and that's how it got its name. And then when I was building it out of coils. And when I got to the back of the head, I couldn't quite make the gap. There was a big gap. It was going to be like a bump in the back of her head. So I was staring at it, and I suddenly remembered a fish that my nephew had made out of clay with teeth. And I thought it'd be really funny to put teeth on the back of it. So that's what happened.
So a lot of your sculptures are born from your dreams.
Yes, a lot of my sculptures are born from my dreams. I'm getting I wanted to have my sculptures be about the subconscious mind, and I'm doing so many different things in my work. I know you're told to stick to one thing and to master it, but I like to break rules. So I'm like all over the board with all kinds of things that I do. And my goal was to look like I was a bunch of different artists and not just one artist. So I think I might have accomplished that. But one of the things that I was doing was I was playing with the subconscious mind and I'll make something and I won't even think. I'll get an idea and I won't even try to get a meaning of what it's about. And then I'll build it, and then afterward I'll start to discover from other people's comments and from my own thoughts what it's about.
And so was Dreamer another of your dreams?
No, Dreamer wasn't from my dreams. Dreamer was, I was in a class sculpting. It was an exercise just to do a bust. And I did her and realized halfway through that she looked like either a man or a woman, because she had very short hair and she was very beautiful model. And I totally love her profile. If you ever get a chance to look at the profile of Dreamer, I just think it's beautiful. She has such classic features. But I realized partway through it that if I just made some adjustments, you couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, and I did that on purpose. And I added a little bit of an Adam's apple. And the other thing I did with Dreamer was, I told you earlier that I studied with 27 different artists. Well, when one artist would tell me a rule that you're not supposed to draw on sculpture, was a rule. Well, I respected it in that person's class, but then the very next class I took, I would break the rule. So I drew on Dreamer, I drew on their eyes, and you're not supposed to do that. And I think it's really funny because it's kind of a little two rules.
And so, what are your plans for 2014? I imagine you have series in your mind. You have. Can we sneak peek in there?
Oh, sure. I'm going to be in the World Cup in 2014 in Brazil. And right now I'm building a sculpture that is a piece of aluminum cut out like the United States. And I'm going to attach flowers to it, silk flowers. I was at Art Basel a couple years ago, and unfortunately I can't remember the artist's name, but she did a whole canvas of nothing but silk flowers, and it was stunning, and that had an impact on me. And so now I'm doing that on this map of the United States. And the other piece is a piece of aluminum with bees. There was an artist, and again, I don't know the artist's name, in New York that did bees on the subway station, and it was all the people bustling back and forth. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. Anyway, I was influenced by his work, and I want to put bees all over a map, and I want to paint them red, white, and blue, and then have the flowers be the stars. So that's for the World Cup.
Sounds exciting. I can't wait to see it. So we are going to share with the public your website, because I'm pretty sure some of our readers and the audience wants to visit your website and see more of your work.
It's CheriMittermaier.com. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for watching, and go check Cheri's website because there's so much excitement in her work. Thank you so much. Bye.